why you made me watch this. I hate this movie. It's too sad.
Random girl next to me in the Dolby Theater. La La Land has become notorious for many things. Its score, its color, the performances, the story, but above all, its ending. Doom and despair. That's basically TikTok's final verdict on this Damien Chazelle classic. And while the ending certainly has melancholic undertones, I'd argue that La La Land ends on something far more satisfying and far more joyful than most people give it credit for. But before we go any further, spoiler warning for La La Land. Unfortunately, at this time of recording, you just missed the Dolby release, which was completely peak. But if you haven't seen it, do yourself a huge favor, go watch it, and come back and watch this video. And while you're here, subscribe to the Cinemajors for more movie content and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Now, to understand why this is the good ending, you first have to understand what Damien Chazelle is cooking up here. Ultimately, you have to ask yourself, what is La La Land? Besides the title. Yeah, we got that far. Sebastian and Mia both have independent dreams for their lives. Seb wants to save jazz and open his own club. Mia wants to become a professional actress. That's it. Those are their goals, and the entire story revolves around how these two people chase them. With that setup, the dramatic side of the movie makes perfect sense. We watch two characters reach for the stars until their stars collide. But why is it also a musical? Admittedly, I've always thought La La Land works better as a drama and a romance more than a traditional musical. Not every song is a 10 out of 10, which is fine, that's hard to do. But more importantly, the musical numbers often feel deliberately disconnected from the grounded reality around them. But I think that's the point. The La La Land of the story is the musical. It's the world these dreamers imagine, the romanticized version of Mia and Sebastian's lives. Two star-crossed lovers reaching for the stars. The musical sequences heighten reality. They take ordinary moments and turn them into something larger, more romantic, more beautiful. Mia and Sebastian don't just fall in love, they dance through the stars. Quite literally, there's a scene of them dancing through the stars. That fantasy becomes the language of their relationship. Their love is real, but it exists alongside two enormous dreams that neither of them is willing to abandon. Eventually, there simply isn't enough room for both the relationship and the futures they're chasing. But that doesn't mean the relationship failed. In fact, it's crucial to the happy ending. So if they were never going to end up together, isn't that sad? Well, yeah, sort of. But the story Chazelle tells and the themes surrounding it create such a beautiful celebration of life, the joy of dreaming big, and finding people who aren't afraid to dream alongside us, that the sadness starts to feel small in comparison. Sebastian gives Mia something she desperately needs. It's not acting ability, no, she already has that. But instead, he gives her belief. Belief that she can really achieve what she has desired since she was a little girl. Sebastian's relationship with jazz is uncompromising. He loves it so much that he's willing to look completely ridiculous defending it. He believes, almost irrationally, that his dream matters, and that somehow he's going to make it happen. Mia doesn't have that anymore. She keeps auditioning, she keeps getting rejected, and every rejection seems to be the last one she can take, until she forces herself into another room and does it all over again. She still loves acting, but rejection has slowly beaten down her belief that she actually belongs there. Then Sebastian comes along and pushes her to create something of her own. Her play becomes her passion, and Sebastian becomes her confidence. Even when the play fails, even when Mia finally gives up and goes home, Sebastian is the one who brings her back. He drives to her house and pushes her into one more audition. And ultimately, he pushes her across the finish line, even if doing so means he gets left behind. Mia does something just as important for Sebastian. At the beginning, Seb's dream is almost entirely about preservation. He wants to save jazz. He wants to protect the club he loved, and most importantly, he wants to destroy the Sambas and Tapas joint and rebuild what used to be there. His passion is real, but the dream is stuck in the past. Mia helps pull it into reality. She takes his dream seriously. She encourages him to think about what it would actually take to make it happen. And eventually, when Sebastian loses himself in someone else's version of success, she's also the person who reminds him that this isn't what he wanted in the first place. She pushes him to stop merely loving the dream and start building a life around it. And 5 years later, we see the result. Seb's. His jazz club. Even the name comes from Mia. And that final winter reveals what the entire movie has been building toward. Mia and Sebastian's relationship made their dreams possible. Mia is an actress, Sebastian owns his club. They did it. And when they finally see each other again, we don't see regret. We get one final glimpse at La La Land. One last fantasy. A life where everything happened differently. Sebastian followed Mia to Paris. They stayed together. They built a home. They had a child. And for a few minutes, the movie allows us to live inside that dream with them. But it's just that, a dream. Because the life we just watched them build is real. The fantasy asks, what might have happened if everything had lined up perfectly? If love, timing, ambition, and circumstance had somehow all moved in the same direction. But they didn't. And when the music ends, Mia and Sebastian return to reality. There's no argument, no desperate confession, no attempt to change what happened. They just look at each other and smile because they both understand what that relationship gave them. Mia and Sebastian may not have ended up together, but they became the people they dreamed of becoming, and they helped each other get there. That's why I don't see the ending of La La Land as a tragedy. It's bittersweet, absolutely, but bittersweet is not the same thing as sad. Because not every meaningful relationship has to last forever to be successful. Sometimes people enter our lives, change us completely, and leave. And we see that with every toe tap, every kiss, every fight that shaped Mia and Sebastian into the people they longed to be. And I think that's what makes the ending so beautiful. It's a reflection on all the people who write lines in our story. The love we're given, the hardship we endure, even the smallest interactions, they all leave something behind. La La Land reminds us of the groundbreaking, the foolish, and the incomplete moments in our lives. Moments we might not even remember, until years later, they come flooding back with a song and a smile. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and let us know your thoughts in the comments. I love this movie so much, and I am super glad I finally got to talk about it. Anyway, go listen to Epilogue. It's just 7 minutes of pure bliss. It's incredible. And as always, major in goofs, minor in films. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.